What's up, YouTube? So I got a guest with me today. I'm doing an interview with him. This is my nephew, Joel. He's from New York. Joel, tell the people about yourself, what you do, and so forth.
My name is Joel. Like he said, I'm from New York. I make beats, music, I produce, working to be an engineer.
Talk louder.
All that stuff. Say it again.
Say it again. He's gonna say it louder.
Alright, so my name is Joel.
Uh-huh.
I'm from New York. I make beats, I engineer, and I'm studying to be a recording engineer. So that's me.
Alright. So, when it comes down to making beats, give us like the rundown. Give us the process from A to Z on how making beats, how you make your beats.
It depends on what you want to go for. Like there's trap beats, boom bap, lo-fi. There's whole different genres. What I do is I find a sample, or you want to get a good drum loop. You want the rhythm down, but it all starts with your sample. If your sample's not hidden, if your sample's not good, it doesn't get people moving, then your whole track's gonna fall down. You got to get solid foundation, your rhythm, and then your melody on top of that. Either way, you can start either which way. It's all about the ingredients. So you got to take your time and get into the nitty gritty about what you're laying down. Anyway, once you get your stuff down, it's basically finding what works. It's a lot of trial and error. You try things. If it don't work, you come back to it. I'm learning that it's not a fast process. Just like working out, playing chess, learning a skill, it's not going to take 10 minutes. People can do it in 10 minutes, but that's because they've been doing it for hours and hours and years, and they know what they want. So they got it down, the blueprint. But you start with your drums, your sample, either way you get that in there. You start arranging it, you start building the track up from the ground up. Then, once you get that done, you start putting it into your mix. Don't worry about mixing first, worry about getting the arrangement down. You make your melodies, you make your bass lines, you make your counter melodies, you make all that stuff in, and make sure you get references. You like certain music, you like Lil Baby, you like Lil TJ, you like Florida artists, you like any artist that you like, watch how they make their beats. Look up their producers, watch what they do and try to recreate it. Don't copy it, take what you learn from them. You get that down as your reference. So you have your beats, you get your references up, and you start arranging. Once that arrangement's done and you like what you have, then you get your mix ready. But that's a whole different story. But if you're just starting out, or if you're just focusing on the beats, make sure you got your sound selection up, make sure you arrange it well, make sure you know what you're going for, have a plan. Don't be, if you want to play around, you can play around, have fun with it, but if you want to make a song, then there's a process.
Right. Okay. Alright, so check it out. So, somebody new into the music industry, how can eventually their passion for music lead to them making revenue through music?
The first step for that, which I'm still working on as well, is discipline. You have to have discipline because
come this way a little bit, so there we go.
There's a difference between it's a hobby and you like playing around with something versus discipline. And you also have to know about the industry. You can't get into the industry without knowing the industry, right? If you want to get into the fitness industry, you can't get into the fitness industry if you don't know people in the fitness industry, if you don't follow YouTubers, if you don't look up to people. You don't gotta idolize them, but know of them, know who they're connected to. Because the whole step of the industry, you can make beats in your bedroom and they can sound crazy good, but if you want to break into the industry, you have to know people. It's a name game, right? It's about forming actual connections and knowing it's way more than the music. You got to think about the music, but also think about empowering other people as well. Because what you put into someone else's craft and you put into their life, it's going to come back to you twofold. So anyway, you work on your beats, you get your discipline up, you learn about the business, you learn extracurriculars, you learn about artists, you learn about what's it called. If you're making from records, you learn about the people on the records. If you're making trap beats, you learn about the business, you learn about theory, you learn about rhythms, all that stuff, and you bring that and cultivate it and culminate it together, and you kind of build a sphere around you, so you're well-rounded.
All right, so check it out. A lot of to do with anything in life, it's about being in the right place at the right time. So if you've seen my video about opportunity can come very quickly and it can leave very quickly. So it's important to always be on your game with whatever you're doing, because you never know when the opportunity may come and say, hey, I want you to make a beat for me, and it's a big dude like who's well known in the industry. So it's very important to always put yourself in those positions, because you never know what could happen. So check it out. I'm gonna ask you one more question. Let me see. So I asked you about making beats from the beginning. I asked you about how can someone with a passion for music generate revenue. And number 3, I'm gonna ask you, what got you into the music side of things? What led you to that direction, saying, hey, this is what I want to do in life?
All right, so it's actually funny because I didn't think I'd be doing this. I was thinking I'd be more like a scientist, someone who works with his hands, which I'm kind of doing in a way, but more of like the technical, like I guess nerd stuff you could say. But it's kind of like that. But the way I got into it was actually video games. It was like a lot of EDM, electronic dance music, and I was like, that's cool. And on YouTube I learned, oh, people actually make that on like laptops and stuff, and they have programs that you can make this. So I found YouTubers like Cymatics, Internet Money, which they're big now, but they were teaching you. Internet Money wasn't doing the EDM stuff, but they were doing trap stuff. But they were teaching me how to make beats in a program called FL Studio. But that program, they cost, like, if you want the regular edition, it's $300. The low budget one is $99, but it doesn't have everything. So I found out you can make beats on these programs. I copped the program. Then I was garbage. I made EDM beats first. They were all right. I look back, they're okay. And then I kept moving, found the trap, and then I started working on that. I didn't really think it would be a business. Not really, because I was messing around. But now I gotta take it to the point where if this is a business, especially if you want to build it yourself, that's the entrepreneurship mindset. You have to be your own boss, and you have to discipline yourself, because there's not gonna be a boss on your back saying you need this by this. You gotta set your own deadlines. You gotta set your own projects, and you gotta give your own time. You gotta give yourself time to rest.
All right. So has anybody actually paid you for making anything for them yet?
Not yet, because I haven't sold the beats. I'm more in the grinding and running crap right now.
All right. So again, dudes are ruining my video. But again, this is my nephew right here. If you have any inquiries, he's gonna leave his social media and all that. Tell the people whatever you want to leave it.
My Instagram is Prod Joe Love. It's Prod, P-R-O-D, Joe, J-O-L-O-V, Love, on Instagram.
Give him your email.
And my email, I'm gonna set a new one up for a business though. Let me set that up. I'll get that to you.
All right, so he'll leave, like he said, he left his Instagram. You want to DM him about a beat maybe you want, whatever category. We'll put that in the description under this video. Again, thank you for doing this with me.
No problem.
And we out of here, man. Peace.